And we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Sergeant Balanced, and I'm here with Cameron. I'm sorry, IceFat. And welcome to the Tavern Dweller Circuit Weekly 3 of Season 2. And we're here to cast the games for you and just give you, let you know a few things about what's going on with Tavern Dwellers and whatnot. So to get started, we'll just go into the bracket real quick to just kind of get an overview of what the top 8 players this week looked like. So we had quite a few good performances from a lot of players this week, including our finalist, Sam. I always struggle with this name. It's Siam Baines. He had a great performance. He had a lot of 3-2 close games, though, this week. But regardless, he made it to finals, which is really impressive in a large tournament like this with a lot of really competitive players. So he made it through. And then our other finalist this week is.
He is Porak, and he's from Chile. And every match that he was in went 3-1 or 3-0. So it's pretty good. When single elimination, you got to get all the way to the end. That's pretty hard to do, I think, especially in Hearthstone. So he's got to have a good lineup, and he probably knows what he's doing. So
Yeah, that's definitely a really impressive feat, at least over like 6 games that he played today. So
yeah, that's hard to do.
yeah, all right. So we should be getting into match here shortly. Until we do, though, it might be another minute or so. IceFat, why don't you tell us about your matches today? You played in a couple.
Yeah. So I ended up playing against Porak,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, and he had a pretty good lineup. I'm like a hunter player, I'd say. And he brought mid range hunter, which I think is pretty cool because right now not a lot of people are repping the mid range hunter. But I don't know, maybe he knows something that other players don't know. We'll see what his hunter list is like. And then if he's bringing the typical druid, seeker, paladin, I never saw his warrior, but I can imagine it's patron.
Okay. And then I also noticed. So for those of you that don't know what Tavern Dwellers is, we're like a local. We started out as a local tournament scene, just like a few, maybe like 10 to 20 guys on
Yeah.
any given weekend, Sunday night, just playing Hearthstone tournaments together. And then we actually expanded into into what we are now on Strivewire, a larger scene with now we got qualified to award World Championship qualifier points, which is pretty awesome. Um, yeah, so that's what Tavern Dwellers is. We have a website at eagleesports.com that you can check out if you want to. It's just www.eagleesports.com. And then we also have a LAN event coming up. It's going to be called Eagle LAN, and it's coming up on April 23rd this year, which is a few months down the road. We're going to have a Hearthstone tournament. We'll talk about this later. We'll pull up like the website on the stream and stuff so you guys can see it real quick after the match is over. But yeah, just a heads up on that while we wait for the players to get in game. I know they're logging in right now, so
For
just
that LAN, are there going to be any prizes awarded to the players?
yes. Okay, so our LAN is. I guess we can talk about it now since we're waiting.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, we do have time. Yeah, we're gonna have Hearthstone. It's gonna be sanctioned, Blizzard sanctioned as well. So we'll have Hearthstone World Championship qualifier points available to all the participants. Or not, sorry, all the top 4, just like our weeklies. Not everyone. I wish everyone could get Hearthstone World
Yeah,
Championship qualifier points
would
for
be
coming.
pretty good.
That would be nice. I would make sure to enter myself.
It's like getting legend then at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone. All right. Yeah, so there will be that. There's going to be cash prizes. Might not be, it might be like gift cards or something, but basically cash prizes for like large cash prizes for the top few players. And possibly some like hardware type gaming gear and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. We'll talk about it more right after this match ends, just a little bit, show you guys the website and stuff. And it looks like the players are online preparing for their match, so we should be started here any moment. I'll message them right now. What are their banned classes? I don't actually have this stream open myself.
I don't know either. I think Warrior was banned for one of them.
I think production's going to get it up for us in a second, so or probably once the game starts, we'll see it. Okay. The lineup for Porak is Hunter, Paladin, Warrior, and Druid. and then his warrior got banned. And then Cyan Bane's lineup is Druid, Mage, Paladin, and Shaman, and his Shaman got banned. So, and like you said, it is kind of cool to see that Hunter because we haven't seen Hunter in the as competitive,
Yeah.
in the higher up tournament slots recently.
I think that like Hunter just has problems sometimes. Like it, doesn't have draw cards besides quick shot. So sometimes it has consistency issues, and that's kind of the problem keeping it out of tournaments right now.
Yeah, it has just kind of, I'd say it's like fallen off. It didn't get
Mhm.
anything huge from League of Explorers per se.
Yeah.
Um,
Camel. Not very good though.
Camel. Yeah, a lot of people were hyped about that card, but it ended up
Yeah.
just not being what all the other cards were, I think, for the other classes.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Like it gives your opponent something potentially, and a lot of times with the Secret Paladin meta, that's going to be a Secret Keeper, and that's a problem because you're Hunter, you're playing traps at your own, you're buffing
yeah.
it. Yeah. So Camel not too good.
Yeah.
I like the lineups from both players though. It's like the strongest decks in the meta right now. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
what people should bring.
Yeah. Is there the? I'm sorry, I don't have it up again. Is there a warlock? Was there a warlock in one of their
No,
lineups?
no Warlock.
Really?
It's
That's surprising.
very crazy. Yeah.
Because if
I built my lineup to counter Warlock, and
huh.
they didn't even bring it.
Well, it looks like you built your lineup wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really surprising though, considering how prevalent and powerful Reno Lock is.
Yeah, definitely. That's another thing that shuts down Hunter too. So kind of cool to see it go through them.
Yeah, so then I guess yeah, you're right. So it makes sense to kind of see the Hunter in the top since they're not running the Reno Locks,
Mm-hmm.
or at least these two players aren't. Yeah, we don't know too much about the rest, but
Yeah.
overall.
But with the conquest, 4 classes, 1 ban, you can always ban Warlock if you're building a lineup that just loses to Warlock.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we're getting into game now. So we'll go ahead and pull that up on the stream. So we're going to see that Porak queued in with his Hunter first, and Cyan Banes queued in with his Paladin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Hunter is considered favored?
Yeah, but it's only slightly. It's like
Only
55,
slightly.
I think.
So it's pretty much anyone's game depending on the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Hunter needs Unleash, basically.
We see the Mysterious Challenger, and he decides to keep it, which I guess is the correct play. I've noticed some players don't do that against Hunters, though.
Yeah, because you kind of want to get your Secret Keeper and everything rolling.
Okay. And you said Porak's Hunter was mid-range, correct? When you cast him?
He has the elephants in there.
Okay. Now, he could have changed it, though, because we don't force players to
the
same deck. He could have switched somewhere in between the rounds. Because it actually kind of looks like a Face Hunter right now. Actually, no, he has the Web Spinner. What am I saying?
Yeah, Web Spinner is not used in the Face Hunter decks.
This is correct.
Oh, we know this is Secret Paladin.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So do you think he pops that shield with his Web Spinner?
Yeah, I think he does. The only decision he had right there is should I play Mad Scientist or should I play Creeper? And he goes with Creeper because he has the Knife Juggler. If he didn't have a Knife Juggler, it's not worth it to play Creeper there.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Knife Juggler.
He wants to get 1 damage to face too.
Yeah, and that's actually, for his position right now, that's actually kind of good since we can see Cyan Bane's hand, and he's got a really high curve for his Secret Valley. So rushing down the Pally might actually be really good in this situation. Obviously, he doesn't know that, but...
Look at that draw. You see what he drew?
Yeah.
The Ram Wrangler.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a King Crush for 5 mana.
It is. It's a King Crush plus a 3/3 body. Because why not? Wow, this hand from Cyan Banes, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate.
Getting out of control really quickly here.
Yeah. He does fortunately have the 4-drop, like, Knife Juggler hero power, which is something. Hopefully for him it kills one of these spiders.
Sure does.
It does. So that helps him out some. And he will be able to curve into Loeth up Challenger. So it turned out pretty well for him.
Yeah. This is where Secret Paladin just like starts to run away with the game because they get too much value out of their minions.
Yeah.
Let's see what Hunter can do.
Yeah, it's at this point it's basically how fast can Porak deal damage. And
Yeah.
how efficiently too, because he does kind of have to deal with that knife juggler. And I'd say that's a pretty good option. Do you know what secrets he's running? Do you happen to remember?
Snake trap? Let's see what it is here. I think I saw a snake trap.
Okay, there's a freezing. So he does have to kill off that dude so that it doesn't proc the freezing.
So Lotheb, like you said.
Yeah, Lotheb comes
Another
down.
decision.
Fortunately for Porak, that's actually a good freezing trap because, you know, it slows down CM Banes a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, in this situation, what do you think about playing that Ramlanger instead of the hero power there? I know it feels bad, but just to have the button.
He doesn't know that he's about to get hit by Mysterious Challenger, so maybe it's great to just hold off and
That's
hope for
true.
some big beast. It's like he could get Tundra Rhino, and all of a sudden, like, you know, he's got to hit the Tundra Rhino. The other player is Secret Paladin. I mean, pretty good.
Yeah, Paimon is a pretty good creature, you're right.
But what are you gonna do? Like, do you want to attack here? Because the Noble Sack, Avenge, Redemption, and Competitive Spirit, that's all going on. That's not very good.
Yeah, usually, at least in most situations, I find it better not to attack. Sometimes you can establish a board faster than them.
Yeah.
This situation is kind of hard because he has, you know, he's got that second challenger. He also has that 7-drop low with it, but he doesn't do that.
Yeah. These are all problems for the Hunter right now. And they start to stack up.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for Porak here at all.
You know, we do have that web spinner beast. That's just kind of chilling in his hand for 7 mana. I think it's Dread Scale. That's not the right one. It's the other
Acid
one.
Maw, yeah.
Acid Maw, that's what it is. And he could play Acid Maw, and he could potentially. No, there's a Noble Sack.
Yeah, there is a Noble Sack.
Is it worth it? Probably not. No,
I think his ideal play would be to set up a Web Spinner and Haunted Creeper, then use those as food for Acid Maw. The issue is he doesn't have that much time against this board that the Paladin has.
Tyrion's coming down next turn.
Yeah.
The Hunter needs, like, Hunter's Mark, basically. Get back into this. And an Unleash. I need some crazy stuff right now.
Yeah, it's still there, though. There's still that top deck chance this next turn that he has one more turn to possibly get something. Or, there, you know, there's this King Crutch that...
Yeah, Ram Wrangler.
But he goes with the safe kill command play. I like that.
Still taking 9. And then Tyrion. This could actually be a pretty good concentrate.
Yeah.
He's actually thinking about that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Porak didn't want to really...
Trade that in, consecrate. Snake Trap, oh man.
Yep.
That feels bad.
That feels really bad.
Poor Porak. He never saw it coming. Or maybe he did, and there just wasn't much he could do about it there.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there any way Porak still wins this?
If he had a different hand, maybe. I don't know.
It's not
Secret Paladin just kind of had the curve.
Alright, it looks like that's probably going to be game 1.
I mean, but this is what Secret Paladin does, you know? It's got a sticky 2, really good 3, muster for battle. Then he could play this game, but...
Yeah. He didn't really need the 4 because he had the 5, 6, 7 follow-up.
Mm-hmm. Like, that Mysterious Challenger drew 4 or 5 cards.
You know? It was 4, yeah.
4? Then he played a second one.
See that light well come down just in case he was in danger.
Yeah. I don't know. Hunter just wants this game to end at this point.
Yeah.
Show him what we got from Web Spinner.
It looks like
I concede.
He decides to play it out.
Honorable Sudoku.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tries to, anyways, but the noble sacrifice. That's kind of ironic.
got a little cock block there by the noble sack.
that was actually really funny. So, Tyrion goes in, puts his faith in the light for game 1, going over to Cyan Bands. So his paladin is out of the mix now. And I'm wondering if Porak will continue with his hunter or if he'll try to switch over to something else, knowing that his opponent might try to counterpick the hunter.
Cyambane has Druid and Mage, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that sounds right.
So Druid and Mage. Druid you can beat with Hunter. Mage depends on if it's Freeze Mage, Tempo Mage. It's not really good in either case. Maybe you don't want to bring Druid. Hunter.
Yeah. Then again, I mean, if you expect Freeze Mage, like Face Hunter, or well, he's not even running Face Hunter, so that wouldn't work.
No.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for his Hunter right now.
That's why he led with it then.
Hmm?
That's why he led with it, because it's his worst deck against the lineup that his opponent has.
Yeah. Yeah, if I were him, I'd probably switch, but that's just me.
I feel like Cyambane's going to go with Mage to just predict that he's going to keep going Hunter. So you might want to try to beat that, but you don't really have a good class against Mage. You got Paladin, that's not very good. You got Druid. Druid can just get stomped if it's Temple Mage.
Alright, well, getting into game, it looks like Park did decide to switch, and you got the Paladin versus Druid matchup, which is not bad. Now, Secret Paladin isn't as favored as mid-range is against the Druid, is that correct?
Secret Paladin isn't as favored against mid-range? Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Mid-range Druid has, like, a better matchup. Or mid-range Druid, I think, is a little more favored than Secret Paladin, but mid-range Paladin.
But it's still a pretty close matchup, I know.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you get this nice curve. But does he have a way? He doesn't look like he's going to have a way to deal with that aspirant that the Druid puts out.
Top deck another Secret. Nope.
True. Not quite, though.
So he's going to get this mana going up to 3. I mean, you don't really want to play BGH if you're the Druid. Rather Hero Power, because you know you're going to need that BGH.
Yeah, and Savage War I think is definitely a good option, too.
That's true. It's kind of good setup for a swipe for the turn after.
I know a lot of players don't like to use that Savage Roar early, but that was assuming that he played the Redemption, got the Secret out, but he ended up just playing the Creeper, so there was no need to Savage Roar there.
Yeah. Agreed. Find Favor. Interesting. It's on every Secret Paladin list.
And poor Paladins dropping the muster into the swipe. Not much you can do about that, it's just something you have to accept. Do they have the swipe or do they not?
It's the winning play, as people like to say all the time.
So he's definitely telegraphing that swipe by hitting face instead of a minion. Which is fine, I mean.
Yeah, there's nothing the opponent can do.
Yeah. This is a good defined favor, though. That could definitely help him out a lot here.
Drew 4?
Yeah, drew for 4.
That's hard for Drew to come back. Let's see what he can do. Because now we got the curve for the Secret Paladin. Some of the curve. Still missing Dr. 6. Oh, swipe.
Yeah, swipe comes out.
You know, it's interesting that he played Redemption that last turn, knowing that his board is probably going to get wiped. I would think that maybe, he could get more value because he's got this turn he could have done Shredder with the Secret, then he would have drawn one less card.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's worth it. It might be worth it to just keep that Redemption.
The only other thing, though, is he does have that Avenge, and now Avenge is active since he has those 2 minions. So, not sure if he was thinking about that at the time. He probably was. But that definitely helped him out a lot. Now, do you think we're going to see Uldaman come down here?
Well,
yeah.
It's kind of interesting that I don't even know what the name of that card is. The 3 damage and Divine Shield thing that he just drew.
Yeah, Seal of Champion.
Could use that.
Have you never used?
No one plays that.
It's a really good card. I've always liked it since it came out in TGT.
New cards, PogChamp.
Yeah, new cards.
Oh. Yeah, so he ends up using the Seal Champion. That was called.
Yeah.
Seal Champions.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad trade. And it was a good play to use it on the dude instead of the Shredder, because that way the Shredder isn't really vulnerable to silence.
Alright. And I am gonna have to use a whole card just to take care of the 4-1. He's not gonna want to hero power that and take 4.
Yeah.
He's taking all this damage from the other minions as well.
Are we gonna see a double Innervate Shredder come down here? I think Ember comes down regardless. I don't really see a better play than that, since he has combo in his hand.
He might just Innervate out hero power and kill off that 4-1. He's not gonna like it. Fort Shredder. What's he do? Hero power 4-1.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. He does hero power that 4-1. That's a good play too.
He's hoping for lethal in like a couple turns here.
Or this turn.
Yeah.
I mean, from combo, he's got 14 plus an Innervate. So that's like an extra 1 from hero power. So he's 4 off lethal. And this is, of course, assuming Emperor dies, which it will. But look at the threats that we have going on in Porak's hand right now. He's got
so many.
The Tyrion. He's got Uldaman as a counter threat or an extra 2 damage lethal push. Consecrate.
So many.
Porak needs to just remember to stay out of lethal range and clear CM Bane's board every game or every turn.
It's easy to throw this game if you're not aware of the cards that could be played from the Druid.
Yeah.
But everyone should know that Druid has 14 damage combo.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you're in the finals of an international Blizzard sanctioned tournament, so you know these guys definitely know to play around combo, and it's basic.
Thinking about Keeper, yeah, instead of
he's playing around swipe by trading in his dudes. That's a good play. Keeps his big 7-4 alive. That's starting to push a ton of damage.
And he's also thinking, he's BGH. He's just going to BGH my Dr. Boom. Why not wait another turn and have him BGH my 7-4? That's a lot better for him.
That's a good process, especially because when he BGHs that, it's not like it's permanently dead. He still gets a 2-drop out of it. So
yeah, tempo.
Yeah, that was definitely a really good play.
Sylvanas is this mid-range Druid list. A little slow.
Yeah, it is kind of slow, especially for this meta.
Yeah.
But
it's a counter to this Tyrion.
Oh, for sure. It's scary to see that Sylvanas when you have a Tyrion.
Yeah. Now he doesn't want to play Tyrion. He's gonna probably give him a 1-1 from his creeper. He trades in his creeper first. Like trade in the creeper into the 4-2, and then use the weapon. Trade into the 5-5. You don't need to use Consecrate here, and then you can just drop Tyrion after.
Yeah, this is a bit of a hard decision, I would say. You know, he has a few options, though.
Face is not the right option in my opinion.
No, definitely not face. That's for sure. But the Boom Noble Sack is really tempting. The Boom Bots really help him a lot in this situation because they can be stolen by Sylvanas, which isn't too big of an effect. They can hit face for 1,000 damage, like Boom Bots tend to do. Yeah.
So you need to kill Sylvanas because you're dead to combo.
It might be a good idea to kill Sylvanas with your creeper minions out. What do you think about a hero power to get an attack value out of that, whatever that thing's called, the Watcher, I think? And then you'll proc that and you'll get an extra dude for Sylvanas.
Oh, man, I'm dumb. I totally forgot you need a hero power. That's why you couldn't do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, that's a fine play. It's like we said, it's a really awkward situation.
Yeah. Hero power, like what you said, is I think a little too slow. You need to get that threat out. So that
I may have considered swinging the creeper into Sylvanas just to get that extra chance of not losing to your own Tyrion.
But he played around swipe a couple times ago, so he's thinking that maybe Cyan Main has second swipe.
Yeah, there's that good chance, because they always keep the first one, so they could just draw the second one at any other point in the game.
So, now, we're this Druid. We have combo. We have Ancient of War. We could Soul turn, or we could play combo here. But if we play combo, do we win? No. Unless we take Tyrion. Alright, let's just go for that.
He's thinking about just going for the Tyrion.
I think you have to, and then you take it. That's great. If you don't, then we're just Ancient.
If you don't, you can still clear. Yeah, or play Ancient, either way.
Wow! Oh, that's huge!
Oh man,
oh man.
He got it. Wow.
Esports!
And now we're looking at it from port. Yeah,
well played.
So, I mean,
How
what
do
you
you
gonna
deal
do?
with this?
You've got a 6/6 taunt, a 5/10 taunt, and you've just got a board of spiders. And I mean, who is
Yeah,
Dr. Boom compared to Tyrion and Ancient of War?
it might have been better to risk not having swipe basically and trade in the creeper the turn before. That's
Yeah,
always hindsight
retrospectively,
2020.
of course, because obviously that was a really complicated play for him.
Very.
So Sylvanas
Wow.
always makes things very complicated, and it's never even like it's a misplay. It's just it's hard to decide what to do. So
Yeah. Very well played.
yeah, very well played by both players, I would say there.
Yeah. There's a
That
lot of
was-
thought going on.
Yeah. So Siam Vance takes game 2. He's up 2-0 now against Porak. And that means his Druid is gone and his, what was it, Paladin is gone? Yeah. Which means he is left with, is it Warrior? No, it's not Warrior.
No, it's banned. He's left with Mage.
Mage. Okay. I wonder what Mage variant he's going to be running.
I have a feeling it's going to be Temple Mage. He's bringing, like, Aggro Shaman. Aggro Shaman goes pretty well with Temple Mage.
Okay.
And you get Secret Pally.
Yeah. And actually, because the Warrior was banned, it could definitely be a Freeze Mage.
That's true.
So
That's a good thought, bro.
he did specifically target the Warrior with that ban. And usually you don't really see Warrior bans come out too often.
No, not really.
Sometimes, but usually if it is, I know one of the other local players that played today was always banning Warrior because he brought his Freeze Mage. So that's a generally good tactic to go by. But let's see what he decides to do in the next game.
Okay.
All right, he opts to go his Paladin into the Mage.
Well, at this point, Porak, you just got to win with every deck. So
Yeah, that's true. You just kind of, you're right. Doesn't really matter what you go.
this might be his worst deck, and he's just thinking, man, I should just get this out of the way. Or he's thinking, I need to, get this win. Let's play Secret Paladin, make me feel better, play better.
Yeah. All right. He definitely does have a good starting hand for Secret Paladin.
Good starting hand for Tempo Mage, too.
That's true. 2 amazing starting hands for both decks. We'll see how this interaction happens. I know Tempo Mage is a lot faster of a deck.
Huh. Yeah, Tempo Mage is good at gaining board, and once it gains board, it's good at keeping it.
Yeah. So basically what it comes down to is can Porak outvalue Cyan Veins with, the mini-bot, the muster, the Seal of Champions, and possibly get a good Consecrate off too.
This is good to clear this Shield of Mini-bot instead of running Arcane Blast or Mad Scientist right there. Because he knows that the best 3-drop in Paladin is Muster for Battle. And that would have cleared his Mana Worm. And Mana Worm is like his win condition, kind of.
And
can put in...
has no way to deal with that Mana Worm right now.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
3 mana, 4 mana, like they don't have anything to deal with that. Other than True Silver, which you'll see sometimes, but they rely really hard on those minions, especially those mini-bots, to stick on the board after turn 2 to get something going.
Right.
So, really solid use of the Arcane Blast by Cyan Vein. And I guess he just decides to throw out a 6/6 body for 4 because why not?
I like hitting face there. Because it could be avenged. And there's no point to...
Yeah, hitting
not
face
defend.
was better. It was unfortunate for Cyan Veins that there was a competitive spirit there.
Yeah. The odds are in his favor that it's not.
Yeah, the odds were definitely in his favor, you're right. It was definitely the right play. But this sets up a really good place for Porak. He has a Seal of Champions, which could be used to clear that 6/6. Consecrate does look good, too. He has his weapon, of course, for that extra damage on the Mana Worm. Yeah, Consecrate looks really good.
I was thinking I could wait a turn, like Predator there, but maybe that's too greedy.
No, that's too greedy, because that was a perfect setup for the Consecrate. You get the full clear, you survive with a minion and weapon. That's what he really needed right now, was to clear the mage's board, and he was able to do that. So the question here is,
Flamewaker.
Seal or Ultiman?
I think you should probably go for Seal. Seal asks for another card. Like, he's gonna need to play Frostbolt or Arcane Missile, something in order to kill this. What is it ever? It's gonna be
The
a
nice
5
thing
beta.
about Ultiman is that she leaves a nice body on the board. Seal of Champion leaves a high attack body, but usually pretty vulnerable.
He just wants to fit in here fire as well, because Uldamon.
Yeah, it's
Buff
definitely
curve.
a good call. And I guess Uldaman can always be used, whereas the Seal doesn't always have a good opportunity. And he sets up a board that he has a 5-2 on the field, so he knows that Cyambanes is probably going to have to clear that. And then he'll follow that up with the Challenger. So you're right, it was a good idea to fit in that hero power to get that extra minion out for Challenger.
I like this one. It's going to be risky. Oh. You should play Little Girl. Yeah. Or Apprentice.
Little girl.
Cannon. 50-50. Hearthstone. RNG. Alright. Rip. Oh, the double tap!
His RNG is on point tonight. He got the Sylvanas. He baited us thinking that he wasn't going to get it there, and then he manages to get it, so.
Challenger, though.
Yeah, but is it enough to keep up with this 3-Secret Challenger? He gets Redemption, Avenge, and Noble Sack, the triple play.
That's the best play Secret Paladin could do, though. So if he wants to get back in this game, that's the route he's got to go.
Yeah, for sure. Like, no questions asked. So you just best in slot, turn 6, boom, done.
I would have kind of liked to draw cards first. He's proccing his Dungeon Redemption.
Yeah, maybe he just wanted to get that that extra minion out, so the Flame Waker will proc and kill the Noble Sack minion.
That's true.
He doesn't really lose anything for doing that.
Arcane Blast. They can clear this mini.
Yeah, he's definitely going for that clear.
Ooh. Double hit it. Ooh, SI agent. Man, this is crazy.
The portal, man. Now,
The
SI agent isn't a spell, so he doesn't. Okay, so he's gonna trade Little Girl in. All right.
Yeah.
Drop the Shredder. Wow. And that is why Tempo Mage is such a crazy deck, is because they'll just swing the board so fast in one turn.
This is the what I was thinking back on that consecration turn. Because if he puts Shredder down, he can consecrate this board now when it gets a little bigger. Because he is not going to have that AoE. Now he needs another AoE.
That's true, but the only issue with that is that he risks losing his board to that the board before, which was the the 6/6 and the other minion.
Yeah, and taking a lot of fate.
Yeah, exactly. You take a lot of damage, and against Tempo Mage, that's scary because there's the threat of that fireballs.
Yeah. But I think Borak, he knows that the end is coming.
Yeah, he does
accept not from Doomslayer.
His imminent death. However, Cyambanes doesn't actually have lethal, so.
No, he doesn't.
He has 2 Mad Scientists, which is pretty scary, but he doesn't have enough damage on the board to finish the game this turn.
I like this a lot. Playing it.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's just going to clear here and protect the Antonitis.
I think you should maybe get rid of Flame Waker at this point. Their main purpose with no spells.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be nice to keep that Flame Waker there to kill all those dudes, but ideally, with no spells in your hand, that's not happening. Ooh, a Challenger.
If he didn't trade Knife Juggler right there and he went base, he could bring him that to 7, and then next turn he could get a spell, and then hang Fireball, play the spell. Get a Fireball.
Yeah, so this isn't quite over for Borak at all.
No, it's not. The comeback is coming. It looked grim though.
Yeah.
Just from the board.
Yeah, he actually manages to take board back. He has really low health. He dies. Oh!
He dies to what? What was that card he dies to?
He dies to. Oh man.
Yeah, who needs Antonitis to give you a Fireball? Just top deck a Fireball.
Top deck. Yup. Wow. Alright.
That's hard to say.
So we see the 3-0 come out by Cyambanes in Grand Finals of the Tavern Dwellers Circuit Weekly number 3. That was a really impressive set by both players, though. They're both really strong players. Just watching that was quite a treat for me.
3-0 doesn't do it justice, I think.
No,
there's a lot of
They both
a lot of things going on.
Yeah. All right. So I think before you guys head out too, let's go ahead and take a look at the website really quick. We just want to show you what it looks like if you are interested in attending Eagle Land. So Eagle Land is just it's our land tournament, which is happening this April. We have the games that you see on the screen: Hearthstone, Call of Duty, Magic. Of course, you guys are interested in Hearthstone. So if you click on the Hearthstone link, you'll see a brief description followed with a link to the rules. And those rules are really in depth, similar to the ones that we have for the weeklies. So if you take a look at those. One thing to note, if you do that now, the rules say that it's a double elimination tournament. It's actually going to be Swizz. It's going to be a 6-round Swizz tournament with a top 8 bracket. So keep that in mind. And then you'll see that we have the tickets. If you go over to the Get Tickets, note that all the tickets are free. It's a completely free event. There's the option to donate, of course, to your prize pool for the event you're going to. So if you guys want to donate to the Hearthstone prize pool, 100% of donations go straight to the prize pool. And there's going to be a lot of awesome goodies at the event. If you get the VIP package, we're going to have a lot of goodies from our sponsors and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a really great time. There's the registration page, and yeah, I hope to see any of you there. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is on the eagleesports.com website. That's eagleesports.com. You'll see it down at the bottom on the Hearthstone tab. And with that, IceFat, if you have anything else to say, if not, I think we're good to go.
Thanks for having me. Good game.
Yeah, thanks for
GG.
casting, and thanks for participating tonight. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome.
Play a lot against a lot of good players here, so.
Yeah, we just saw one of them on stream, so for sure. Yeah, it's a good experience.
2 of them.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night.